I'm Kevin, and I'm joined by my co-host with Harrison Bader like hair,
Yeah, it's a weird ordeal. Katie is just proving to be childish.
which is why I don't feel I would give $5 million to Jack Campbell.
I don't know. Baseball is one of those sports where anyone who makes the playoffs really can be a contender.
I think the Padres definitely do it.
I don't think Donovan Mitchell gets traded.
Kyrie Irving does have the track record of not being a great locker room fit, or even good locker room fit.
Bader got some luscious locks. I gotta say it.
This is Zach Bigley, the broadcaster for the Frisco Rough Riders, and you're listening to Outsiders Opinions with Kevin and Austin. You guys better subscribe.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to our I don't know what NBA opinions of the week. There's so much NBA happening right now that I'm not used to just this level of NBA back to back to back. As the draft happened, we also had the finals and we reviewed that, predicted the draft, reviewed the draft. Now, free agency, Austin, is just around the corner as we are recording this episode. Hasn't started yet. And remember, there's never any type of tampering in the NBA. So could be a slow time in with this NBA free agents. We have 5 players, and of course, the man that Austin came up with this list. And it's always weird in the NBA because as I look at Spot Track, Austin, do you want to guess how many teams have cap room right now?
6.
Currently list 0, as all the teams are negative.
Okay. I don't think that's. Here's the thing. People have mid-level exceptions. People have bird rights. People are. And I think, like, this includes, like, player options that have not been signed yet or other stuff like that. But, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of teams that are going to have not much left when it comes to cap room. But I don't think this is. You can go over the cap. You just can't go over, like, the hard cap and all that other stuff.
Yeah, I bring it up saying just how confusing because a lot of teams can make moves happen. A lot of sign-in trades can happen. It's so you need a very high. You might need a PhD to fully understand the NBA cap.
That's one way to put it.
So that's why it's always tough. Well, like, okay, yes, this team has a lot of cap room, but you could see maybe the Lakers or Knicks kind of being in play for this. So I'll let you list the name of players and choose which player you want to start with first.
Yeah, so let's just start with, I think, the easiest one, James Harden. I do think he declines his player option, but I think the Clippers bring him back. He just had an amazing season there. And I still think they look at themselves as contenders, and I don't blame them. Kawhi, if he gets another full healthy season, Norman Powell, they have a lot of good players. Ivica Zubac, James Harden, that's a wag-tag group of 4 that really all could have been all-stars last year. But, yeah, I think they re-sign him.
I agree. I have Harden returning to the Clippers as well. The player option, declining the player option just to get a longer term deal is a common thing in the NBA free agency.
Yeah, that's true.
So now, let's go Chris Paul, another guard. This one you have a lot of guards as we talked about with the Spurs. I don't have him going back to the Spurs. Instead, I have him going to the Celtics.
Okay. I have him going to the Mavs. I had him completing the Texas trifecta.
Yeah, that has been talked about. We'll have to see.
And they need a point guard.
They do.
So that's who I have him going to.
Yeah. Okay. What's the player you want to do next?
Let's do Miles Turner. I have him return to the Pacers. He was sick during the finals and obviously had a horrible final performance. Him and Chet had basically the 2 lowest field goal percentages for a starting center in finals history. Both of them did. But I think they bring him back. He's been with the team his entire career. He's still a good defender. He still is a positive defender in the finals. And I think they're going to need him next year if they want to try to make any push for the playoffs without Halliburton.
Yeah, you bring up without Halliburton. What do the Pacers do? He's always the guy that's name has been rumored around getting moved, and just kind of it seems uncertain, even though it shouldn't be because they were just in the finals. And I think Siakam and him make a great pair, even though you did mention he did have terrible stats in the finals. So I don't have him returning to the Pacers. I have the Knicks signing Miles Turner.
Does that mean something happened with Cat?
I think so. This is kind of where I get into what can happen. So I some way, maybe it's a trade with Cat, send him somewhere else. But I believe Miles Turner gets signed by the Knicks because I think they're upset with Cat and want a center position.
Okay. Who do you want to go to next?
Let's go with Duncan Robinson because I was talking about deals with Miles Turner. He was someone that had that great performance in the NBA Finals and then got a great deal. And now he is currently a free agent again.
Yeah, Duncan Robinson's had a very interesting career because he was very good during their finals run. He started every game and averaged 12 points. But and then he kind of basically fell off the face of the earth, shot 32.8% in 42 games in 2023. But then again, these past 2 years, he shot 39%, 39.5%, basically both years. He averaged 11 points per game last year. He did struggle a little bit in the playoffs. But I do think he's a good add for any team that's trying to add shooting. Where do you have him going?
So you talk about a team adding shooting. Of course, they added Desmond Bane. I have Duncan Robinson going to the Orlando Magic.
Okay. I have him going to the Pistons. The Pistons are another team that needs shooting, another team that made the playoffs last year. And I think they add, along with Shaz Lanier, who they drafted yesterday as we're recording, I think they also add another shooter in Duncan Robinson.
All right. Now that leaves Naz Reid, who it's expected he declines that player option. I think he's been a great player for the Timberwolves, and I think he wants some money. I think he's been a critical part in why they decided to trade Cat and kind of pair him with Rudy Gobert defensively on a long-term base or on a consistent basis, starting wise. So where do you have him going?
You said you have him returning?
No, I do not. I did not.
Oh.
I have him going to the Lakers.
That's exactly where I have him going.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, I think the Lakers they need a big man, and also having shooting around LeBron. And Luka. Having shooting around LeBron and Luka is key to success. So I do think they add.
Yeah, and it's always seemed like the Lakers want Naz Reid. I think a lot of people want Naz Reid, but Lakers are in a do or die situation, I would say, this year because I do think it's a question, does Luka return?
Yeah, and this could be LeBron's last season. So you got to do where you can, and I agree with you that Naz Reid will be a Laker.
All right, so that concludes our list. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. We appreciate you listening to Outsiders Opinions.